once again. Hello, hello, hello. This is the ancient spirit tralaka coming back at you with another chapter. I want to remind you that predominantly this information comes through the ancient spirit of tralaka, sharing. Okay? Now, let us talk about the controllers. There's a lot of stuff whizzling about the air nowadays about controllers. But let us get back to the what is more known to as the original controllers of this planet. Mm. Grr, rawr. Okay, now the long argument on some of the councils of off-world beings observations that they claim the reptillians, though they have a human kind of a basic life form, they have a smaller reptilian scales. Well, let me define that. Of the reptilian beings historically in a galactic sense, who were blamed for the planet having this grid around it, the original ones had larger scales, much larger scales. Well, they were also much tougher. But like the more advanced reptilians who have the smaller scales, both of them do shimmer in the daylight. Not all species of reptilian beings who walk on two legs shimmer, but a lot of them do. But let me tell you, from an ancient's point of view, it was the ancient tall grays with an A, not an E, who were direct relative to the ancient Orions. I've said this once, I've said this a billion times. I do not trust, as an ancient spirit, Tralaka speaking, I do not trust the Orions. Ever. And there's a reason for that. Though they have incredible technology, tens, thousands of years ahead of a primitive Earth where we are right now. Okay? Now, these ancient greys who were relative to the Orions, for was their technology and know-how on how the older reptilians of this area of the universe did not do, because the reptilians used energy grids like shields around slave planets and moons where their ships and foods were made for them or grown. Do not fall into the deceptions of all reptilians or bad or corrupt, for this is a lie. I tell you as an ancient spirit, trust me, it is a lie. It's an incredible deception. Incredibly. And very deliberately placed within that false propaganda programming I've talked about in other videos. For I tell you, as best as I am able to on each video, the truths within this mysterious, living, multi-dimensional universe that we share. Okay? Now, there are many beautiful planets, even in this section of this universe, with certain kinds of reptilians who truly flow with love and strive to help others. Some have been like this for many, many hundreds of thousands of years, and way past that. They have broken away long ago after incredible galactic battles from the old. Well, actually, there is numerous reptilian of the old class empires, but they broke away. There's many groups that broke away from that because they seen within themselves that they could become better. Okay, now a control freak empire of conquest to steal away in a remote area of this universe or another universe to have peaceful inhabitive planets and moons. Now, let me explain this. In an empire, in a galactic empire, from my personal experience, you can still have peace. Well, but that peace comes at the end of a blaster gun. It comes at the end of of a device that can dematerialize you in a million pieces and never reassociate them back together again, simply because you spoke out. Okay? Now, now, a lot of reptilian groups got tired of this because they were evolving and others weren't. And so they went to areas to find an area where they were undisturbed, where they could start over to begin a new sprout, as a seed being resprouted in the ground to grow out of the ground and to foster and prosper and to grow big and big and strong within itself. Okay, now there are some shorter grays with an E, not an A, who broke away in different times, which I understand from the ancient language, well, more of the ancient knowledge, where the change in the gray versus the gray, that is the A versus the E, came into motion to separate themselves from their pasts. The gray with an A having a much longer past, but predominantly, though very educated and technological superiors, they were control freaks and not much emotion. Now, there's many different forms of beings with the variances of the human shell. I cannot say this enough. The human form, and I'm not talking old Pinky here, that needs to get more suntan here, okay? But I'm talking with the humanoid form with the two developed legs and two arms and a head and eyes and that. Now the bottom half, the two legs, that is the most um, area that other races will have, well, two legs, but some will have four arms or six arms or one arm, one claw, so forth and so forth and so forth, or wings behind, in all situations. But yet they will have two legs as a humanoid. Okay? Now, I could go on and on with this from what's flowing through my mind right now as I'm talking about this in later videos, but I must tell you, for all you people who are still asleep, wake up. You are not alone. Ever. I will work in later videos also to explain a meditation to work on when one life is about ready to pass on this planet, to be able to bypass these controllers' schemes and patterns and right past that experience and go right past it. Many have, when they have had a death experience, they come back to be able to go to a location where you will have a choice on where you're going. You're programmed on this, you're programmed on this. But understand this, as a spirit human, it is your right to go into the next life what is best for you, decided by you. not your pope, not your priest, not your preacher, not your playboy bunnies, but by you. Okay? Because this right as a spirit humans that we have, we need to now learn how to strip away that wrong programming and to get onto the path of experience and pathways appropriate for you. I will remind you again with the Earth's Gaia. The Gaia of Earth is very important to the species of spirit humans. She takes care of. Do not worship, but honor and respect and send loving thoughts to her. Picture her each day, each night, freed from the controller's lock, the grid around her shattered, so she can truly have her freedom back. And she's been so longly waiting to bring the species of spirit humans with her into the fourth and fifth dimension. Why is this important? There is other ways we can live. Yeah, the next life not on earth. It is a manner of old school honor for what Gaia has been through during our captivity and her captivity for many of us for many lifetimes who have been here. So I'm going to close with a few notes following talking about reptilians. Reptilians are being so many different species. You cannot say if one reptilian bad, they're all bad. This is to say that if you have one guy who's bad in your entire neighborhood, that makes your entire neighborhood worth getting bombed. That's insane stupidity to reason that. Although a lot of religions, beliefs, cults, and this false propaganda bullshit has pushed this mentality. It is wrong. It is an error. Do not believe it. This is the very headstrong ancient spirit tralaka. Take care. Good night. Sleep well. Journey far. Journey safe. Journey to many lands and many worlds and come back safe. Good night. And take notes.